And welcome back to another daily devotion. I am Pastor Roy here at Woodlawn Christian Church in Lake City, Iowa, and this devotion is for Friday, January 12th of 2024. We are in the Gospel of Mark, and we're in the 5th chapter. Today we're going to look at verses 14 to 20, which will finish the story about the Gerasene demoniac. We started it yesterday. We did verses 1 through 13 in chapter 5 yesterday. So today we're going to deal with 14 to 20, which will finish up this story. So, let's jump right in and talk about it, shall we? The herdsmen fled and told it in the city and in the country. And people came to see what it was that had happened. And they came to Jesus and saw the demoniac sitting there, clothed and in his right mind, the man who had had the legion, and they were afraid. And those who had seen it told what had happened to the demoniac and to the swine. And they began to beg Jesus to depart from their neighborhood. And as he was getting into the boat, the man who had been possessed with the demons begged him that he might be with him. But he refused and said to him, "Go home to your friends and tell them how much the Lord has done for you, and how he has had mercy on you." And he went away and began to proclaim in the Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him, and all men marveled. Okay. Now, we notice at the end there that, remember, we're in the area of Gerasene. This is why it's the Gerasene demoniac. And this is, as we said, a Gentile area. The Decapolis is a Gentile area. So this demoniac that's been healed, he's really the first person to be taking the gospel to the Gentiles, even before Paul. That's interesting and something we might want to take note of. His response is, after being healed, he wants to go with Jesus. But Jesus says, no, you have another ministry. And sometimes we have things we want to do. We have this idea of where we should be. We want to, do this or that, and maybe even stay where we're at when we're really being called to go. Gail and I could have really easily stayed in Omaha and stayed at Sunset Hills, where Gail grew up, and where we got married, and where our son's funeral was, and where our children were baptized, and where I was baptized and Gail was baptized. But we were called to go away from there, to go somewhere else, and we were sent to go, not to stay there. So sometimes we might be more comfortable with, and here the demoniac wants to go with Jesus, somewhat out of appreciation and devotion to Jesus for healing him, but it's also a sense of comfort there, I would say, because Jesus is the one that healed him. Jesus is this great leader. Going off on your own is scary. But the beginning of the story, the herdsmen, we remember the swine ran into the ocean and drowned. Of course, they're a little bit upset. They've lost some money. Monetarily, that was no small sum of money, I'm sure. 2,000 head of hogs, that's a lot of money in any day and age. So no doubt they're a little disappointed about that, to say the least. But Jesus has shown his power to cleanse this, to control demons, to do these things. He's active, he's powerful, he has shown who he is, and these people are afraid of that. Because what happens when you confront Christ, what happens when you confront the Lord, you have to make a change. You can't just keep going the way you are, and we're afraid of that. Jesus, can you just leave us alone for a while? We don't really want to change. We want to stay on the path we're on. We all kind of like our own sin, as they say. So they beg Jesus to leave because we don't want to have to. We don't want to have to get right. We'd rather stay lost because they're comfortable with that, perhaps. It's kind of a sad commentary, but I think if we think about it, we can all see ourselves in that. And if we don't, we probably aren't being honest with ourselves. If we're really honest with ourselves, I think we should be able to see, all of us see ourselves there, at least at some point in time in our lives. Maybe we're not there anymore, but maybe we are there. That's what I've got for you today. The end of the week, we will pick up Monday with the rest of chapter 5. I'm not sure if we'll finish it all on Monday. Probably split it into 2, Monday, Tuesday, and then we'll move into 6th. So with that, have a blessed day, and please, 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 as I always say, be a blessing to someone today. If you like these devotions, please do like and subscribe. Come on back. We'd love to see you again, okay? Take care, and remember, God loves you. Bye-bye. See you later.